Good afternoon, everyone. Let us start. Remember, we have been learning chapter 12, the last chapter, geographical perspective on selected issues and problems. Yesterday, we discussed about water pollution, and today we shall discuss about others type of pollution, okay, like air pollution, noise pollution, then land pollution. Let us start. Let me present my screen. So the next important type of environmental pollution is air pollution. And see here, air pollution refers to the release of pollutants into the air that are detrimental to human health and the planet as a whole. So this is a very simple definition of air pollution, okay? Air pollution refers to the release of pollutants, substances into the air that are detrimental, that is harmful to human health and planet as a whole. So air pollution, so here we have a very exhaustive definition, okay? Air pollution is taken as addition of contaminants like dust, fumes, gas, fog, odor, smoke or vapor to the air in substantial proportion and duration that may be harmful to flora and fauna and to property. The addition of contaminants like dust, then fumes. Fumes means gases ejected from an engine as waste products. Then gas, other gases, fog, okay, then odor, that is smell, vapor to the air in the substantial proportion means in large quantity and in the long duration of time that may be harmful to these plants and animals and to the property. So this is the meaning of air pollution. And about the causes of air pollution, we are very much familiar. See here, with increasing use of varieties of fuels as the source of energy, there is a marked increase in the emission of toxic gases into the atmosphere, resulting in the pollution of the air. So pollution of air is due to the emission of toxic gases into the atmosphere, okay, say by burning different types of fuels. Combustion of fossil fuels, okay, combustion of fossil fuels, that is burning of these coal, petroleum, natural gas, then mining and industries are the main sources of air pollution, okay. So important sources of air pollution are these combustion of fossil fuels, then mining activity, and these industries, okay. Mining activities also, okay, these toxic fumes, then dust also releases, okay, in the mining areas. Then industries also releases this smog, then other these particulate matter, okay, toxic particulate matters, and these are the important sources of air pollution. And these processes releases hydrocarbon, okay, sulfur, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, lead, and asbestos. That is combustion of the fossil fuels. Mining industries release oxides of sulfur, then nitrogen, hydrocarbons, okay, hydrocarbons are mainly released from these fossil fuels, then carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, then lead and asbestos, okay. So these are the harmful gases released from this fossil combustion of fossil fuels, then mining and industries. And next we have effects of this air pollution. Okay, air pollution causes various diseases related to respiratory, nervous and circulatory system. Okay, because of air pollution, so it causes various diseases related to respiratory, means related with these lungs and its tracts, then nervous system and the circulatory system. So these are important effects of air pollution. We have more effects. Okay, environmental effects. That was about effects on the human health. And see here on the environment, smoky fog over cities. Okay, coal as urban smoke is caused by atmospheric pollution, and it proves very harmful to human health. Okay, see, smoke, SMOG, actually this is combination of smoke and this fog. Okay, that is smoke is combination of smoke, I think you have learned class 11, and fog. Okay, it is a mixture of smoke and this fog, mixture of industrial smoke and the fog. And smoke, you know, this is a community-wide polluted air, and so the word, as I told you, okay, is derived by combining smoke and fog, and this is very harmful to human health. Okay, see, in Great Britain, for example, okay, more than 1,000 these smoke fog deaths occurred. More than 1,000 people died because of smoke. Okay, occurred in Glasgow and Edinburgh during the autumn of 1901. So this is very dangerous one. Okay, this smoke phenomenon, very harmful to human health. And another effect of air pollution to environment is air pollution can also cause these acid rains. Okay, acid rains, and you know this acid rain is a precipitation. Okay, precipitation possessing a pH value of 5.2 or below, primarily produced from emission of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide. Okay, so when this rainwater is mixed with the sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide, so acid rain is occurred, and it is very much harmful to human beings and environment. Now let us see some photographs about this smoke and this acid rain. Okay, so here this is a photograph showing smoke, okay, covering the whole city of New York. Sometimes when there is smoke, one cannot even see his or her feet also. Okay, so this is a scene of smoke. Then this is another scene. Okay, this is in Los Angeles, and here this is a fog in village in Punjab. Okay, is an example of smoke, SMOG, in a village in Punjab. Then we have this. So this photograph shows effects of acid rains on the forest. Okay, all the trees are dead. This is due to acid rain. Okay, So when the pH value is very low, that is if it is about 5.2 or below, okay, we call it acidic. That means acid rain. And let us continue. Rainwater analysis of urban environment has indicated that pH value, that is hydrogen ion concentration, okay, of the first rain after summer is always lower than the subsequent rains. So in the urban environment, in the big cities, the pH value of the first rain after summer is always lower than the subsequent rain. That means acidic. Okay, if the pH value is less than 7, okay, we call it acidic. If more than 7, we call it this basic or alkaline. 7 is the neutral value, that is the pH value of water is the 7. But for the acid rain, actually the base, that is the criterion, is 5.2. The pH value is 5.2 or lower. So the pH value of the first rain in the big cities in summer is always lower, means acidic, than the subsequent rains. So this is about these environmental effects of the air pollution. Okay. These effects of air pollution on the human health is here. Causes various diseases related to respiratory, nervous, and the circulatory system. And effects of this air pollution to the environment. Here we have the smoke, okay, which proves very harmful to human health and the environment. Then we have acid rains, okay, which is very much detrimental to this environment, forests and others. Up to here, any question? Okay, let us proceed. Next, we have another type of this environmental pollution, that is noise pollution. Okay, see, noise pollution refers to the state of unbearable and uncomfortable to human beings which is caused by noise from different sources. So noise pollution refers to the state of unbearable and uncomfortable to human beings which is caused by noise from different sources. And here the main sources of noise pollution, as we know, okay, the main sources of noise pollution are various factories, then mechanized construction, demolition works, automobiles, and aircrafts. Okay, so main sources of noise pollution, so machineries, okay, in the factories, then mechanized construction, okay, construction work using machines, cranes, demolition work, okay, demolition work means this, just see a photograph, okay, here, this is an example of demolition work, okay. And automobiles, then aircrafts, and there may be added periodical but polluting noise from sirens, then loudspeaker used in various festivals, then programs associated with the community activities. Okay, so in addition to these factories, mechanized construction, demolition work, automobiles, and aircrafts, other sources are sirens, okay, from the ambulances, then from others, the fire brigades and others. Then loudspeakers used in various festivals and functions, okay, in various community activities. These are important sources of noise pollution. And the level of steady noise is measured by sound level expressed in terms of decibels. Sometimes it is also asked in exam. Okay, the level of steady noise is measured. The level of noise is measured by sound level expressed in terms of decibel. That is dB. Okay, objective type questions are asked. Actually, human beings can bear up to 40 decibel, 40 dB. Beyond this, noise pollution is occurred. Okay. And of all the sources of noise pollution, the biggest nuisance is the noise produced by traffic in the big cities. Okay. Of all the sources of noise pollution, the biggest nuisance is the traffic because of its intensity and nature. Okay, because of its intensity and nature, depend upon factors such as the type of aircraft, vehicle, train, the condition of road, as well as that of vehicle. So you must know that traffic is the biggest nuisance. Okay, and in sea traffic, the noise pollution is confined to the harbor. In case of sea traffic, so that was about land traffic, about the vehicles, and in case of sea traffic, this noise pollution is confined to the harbor, in the ports. Okay, in the port, due to this harbor, due to loading and unloading activities are carried out using machines and cranes, and that is why noise pollution is occurred at harbor. Then industries cause noise pollution, but varying intensity depending on upon the type of the industry. Then noise pollution is location specific. Okay, noise pollution is not occurred everywhere, unlike this air pollution. And its intensity declines with increase in distance from the source of pollution. Okay, the intensity of the noise level decreases as we move away from the source of the noise. Okay, like these industries, industrial areas, arteries or transportation, airport. That means if we are far away from industries, then noise pollution is less, for example. Then noise pollution is hazardous in many metropolitan and big cities of India. Okay, noise pollution is also very hazardous to human health. Sometimes it causes a psychological effect to the human body. Okay. And next, up to here, any question, boys and girls? I think unfortunately today we don't have boys. No boys are here. Okay, let us continue. This urban waste disposal. So this is about land pollution. Okay, this is also a type of this environmental pollution. So urban areas are generally marked by this overcrowding, congestion, inadequate facilities to support fast-growing population, and consequent poor sanitary conditions and foul air. So urban areas in India are generally marked by overcrowding, congestion, okay, of traffic, then inadequate facilities to support the fast-growing population in the big cities, and consequent poor sanitary conditions and foul air, it means polluted air in the big cities. Environmental pollution by solid wastes has now got significance because of enormous growth of quantity of wastes generated from various sources. Environmental pollution caused by solid wastes has become a serious problem because the waste generated from different sources has been rapidly increasing. Okay, it creates a problem. What do you mean by solid wastes? Solid waste refers to a variety of old, and used articles, for example, stained small pieces of metals, broken glassware, plastic containers, polythene bags, as floppy disks, as that was used once it was used. Okay, nowadays it is not used. CDs, compact discs, etc. dumped at different places. So solid waste refers to a variety of old and used articles. Examples are given here: stains, mold, pieces of metal, broken glassware, plastic container, polythene bags, ash from different sources, then floppy disks. Okay. Then actually floppy disks you may be knowing, may not be knowing. Okay, so this is this external storage device of computers. Then CDs, then dump at the different places. Okay, and these solid waste are discarded materials. Okay, so these discarded materials are also termed as refuse, garbage, rubbish. Okay, the discarded materials, the solid waste materials, are also referred to as refuse, garbage, and rubbish. And these solid wastes are disposed of from two sources in big cities. First one is from the household and domestic establishments, from the buildings. Okay, then another one from industrial and the commercial establishments, from the industries and these offices, then big shops. Okay, malls. Then household wastes are disposed of either on the public lanes or on the public contractor sites. Sometimes these washes from the households are disposed of on the side of the roads also. You may be seeing in the big cities. Okay, then whereas the solid washes of industrial units are collected and disposed of through the public municipal facilities at low-lying public grounds or landfill areas. Okay, see, for the household washes, it is disposed of on the public lanes or on the private contractor site, and for the solid washes of industrial units, disposed of through the public, that is municipal facilities at low-lying public ground like landfill areas. Okay, so here the huge turnout of the ashes and the debris from industries, thermal powerhouses, and buildings constructions or demolition have posed problems of serious consequences. The dumping of these solid waste materials, okay, have posed problems of serious consequences in the big cities. Solid wastes cause health hazard. So these are effects of this disposal of solid waste. Solid wastes cause health hazard through creation of this obnoxious smell that is very irritating. Okay, unwanted smell, harboring of flies and rodents. Okay, then mice, then which act as a carrier of diseases like typhoid, diphtheria, diarrhea, malaria, cholera, etc. So these are the effects of solid waste disposal on the human health and on the environment. Okay, disposal of these solid wastes cause health hazard through creation of these obnoxious smell, then harboring flies and rodents. Okay, which act as a carrier of diseases like typhoid, diphtheria, diarrhea, malaria, cholera, etc. And these washes cause frequent nuisance as and when these are carelessly handled and spread by wind and splattered through rainwater. So it becomes a nuisance when it is not handled carefully, and when it is sprayed, the solid waste materials are spread by wind and splattered by rainwater. So it creates a problem. So here let us see, I think all of you are familiar with this problem. Even then let us see. Okay, see here this is an example, okay, of the these disposal of solid waste material in the unwanted sites. Okay, and this is another one. See here, you're seeing lots of these birds and others, and this will carry diseases. Okay, as mentioned in the book. And this is another one. See here also, all these animals and this bird will spread diseases. And okay, this is another scene. Okay, this is landfill. Okay, landfill, dumping ground, and it also creates a problem, spreading disease. And okay, and okay, so let us proceed. Concentration of industrial units in and around urban centers give rise to disposal of industrial wastes. If industries are concentrated in and around the big cities, then disposal of the industrial wastes will be increased. And dumping of the industrial wastes into rivers lead to water pollution, that we have learned. Then river pollution from city-based industries, okay, and untreated sewage lead to serious problems downstream. This is also discussed earlier. Waterborne diseases, okay, are caused due to this water pollution. Then urban waste disposal is a serious problem in India. Okay, the condition is somewhat okay in the big cities. In the metropolitan cities like Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Bengaluru, about 90% of the solid waste is collected and disposed. So in the big cities, the condition is somewhat okay. Say like Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Bengaluru, about 90% of the solid waste is collected and disposed in the appropriate place. But in most of the other cities and towns in India, about 30 to 50%, okay, 30 to 50% of the waste generated are left uncollected, which accumulate on the street that you have seen on the photograph, okay, in the open spaces, between houses, and in the wastelands, leading to serious these health hazards. And these wastes should be treated as a resources. We must think these waste materials as a resource and utilize for generating energy and compost. That means, say, scrap metals, for example, it can be recycled. Okay, it can be collected and recycled. Then plastic, for example, can be collected and recycled. So in this way, this recycling must be done. We should think as these dumping grounds as a resource. At the same time, if biodegradable substances are there, that can be used, okay, in generating in producing biogas. At the same time, we will get this manure also. Okay, if biodegradable substances are there in the dumping ground, then we can use it to produce biogas and a manure and others also. If it is not harmful when it is burned, that also can be used in generating this thermal electricity. So in this way, we must think these dumping grounds, okay, garbages, refuges as a resource. And untreated wastes ferment slowly. This untreated waste material decompose very, very slowly, and they release toxic gases, okay, biogas to the atmosphere, including methane. Okay, methane is highly inflammable. It's very dangerous also. Okay, so this is about the solid waste disposal, problems created by solid waste disposal. Up to here, any question? If you don't have, then okay, let us take up this one. This a case study. Okay, we have a case study that a role model to restore the ecology and safeguard human health in Daulara. Okay, this is also important for exam. So let us have a quick look at this case study. Please bear with me. So here we have the location of this Daulara. Okay, actually the map is very small, but see, location of Daulara. Daulara is here. It is in near Meerut. Okay, we can say it is in Meerut district in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, Daulara is here. So here in Daulara, okay, effort to restore the ecology and safeguard of human health, okay, is done. Effort to restore the ecology and safeguard the human health in Daulara near Meerut. So this is the main theme, okay, of the case study. Efforts to restore the ecology and safeguard the human health in Daulara near Meerut. So let us read. It was in the year 2003 that the pitiable conditions of Daularites, means people living in Daulara, drew the attention of the civil society. So lots of problems were there in the Daulara village. The groundwater of this village was contaminated with heavy metals. Heavy metals here mean arsenic, lead, okay, for example. And so heavy metals due to leaching of untreated wastewater to the groundwater table. Then NGO, okay, this non-governmental organization and the village community and people's representatives sat together to find out sustainable solutions to the health problems and checking the deteriorating ecology. So NGOs, villagers and people's representatives sat together to find out a sustainable solution to the health problems and to check the deteriorating ecosystem. And so what did they do? What are the steps taken by them? The overhead water tanks capacity in the village was improved, and a 900-meter extra pipeline was laid to supply potable water to the community. Okay, first what they have done, the overhead water tank's capacity in the village was enhanced. Okay, make it bigger, and a 900-meter extra pipeline was laid to supply drinkable water to the community. Okay, since groundwater there is highly polluted due to heavy metals and cannot be used, and what they are doing, so they are just laying pipelines, okay, to supply potable water from the other places. The silted ponds of the village was cleared, recharged by desilting it. Okay, means the desiltation work is done. Then actually because of the silt and the sediment, this village pond was shallow and it was desilted, okay, and large quantity of silt, means debris, was removed, paving way to large quantity of water so that it recharged the aquifers. Rainwater harvesting structures have been constructed at different places, which was help in diluting the contaminants of the groundwater after the monsoons. That means I think you must recall the percolation tanks. Okay, see here they are it is mentioned here. Large quantity of silt was removed, paving way to large quantity of water so that it recharged the aquifer. That means see, they are making a kind of percolation tanks, and water is allowed to absorb, okay, and it reaches the underground. and thus diluting the contaminants, okay, of the water in the aquifer. 1,000 trees have been planted which have improved the environment. Okay, in addition to the rainwater harvesting, construction of the rainwater harvesting structures, they are also planting 1,000 trees, okay, to improve the environment. So this is so these are the efforts, okay, made by the people of Daulara or Daularites to restore ecology and safeguard the human health. Okay, any other questions, girls? Okay, if you don't have, then let us stop here for today. Thank you very much for joining my class.